I'm going to show you how to prevent this badge on the spinner blade ion from popping off. The reason that you'll find that this pops off is that if somebody pulls the handlebar pop pin out all the way and the handlebar drops completely to the bottom, there's a retaining screw in here that will hit the top of this little screw, and that can force it out. Another reason for this to pop off is that when it was installed, if it wasn't completely installed correctly, and I'll show you a technique you can use to make sure that you install it right and you got a good grip and it'll be on there. First thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to just take this off. And you can see, there we go. You can see here, this screw right here, currently the original screw that came in here was a 20 millimeter, and what we want to do is this top screw, we're going to replace it with a 16 millimeter, and that'll cut down how much this sticks out and prevent that from hitting. To get this off here, what I'm going to do is just take off this this nut right here, and then I'll be able to unscrew the block and put the new screw in. And if you look right here, you'll see the original screw and then the new screw that we're going to now install. So now that I got my block on there, I'm going to put the nylock nut on there. You don't have to put it on all the way, just kind of get it threaded toward the end there. Now that we got our nut on there, the next step here is a pretty key point. We want to have this block go all the way back as far as it can, so it'll give us the maximum amount of space. If you leave it too tight, it's going to be difficult to get this to hook up into the lip on the frame, so we want to make sure that the block goes all the way out. Now that it's all the way out, you can see we definitely got a lot of space here. Before we put this back on, we want to look at the bottom, and we want to do the same thing here. You can see how tight it is. We want to make sure we have the maximum amount of space here as well. And that's a good amount right there. Now we're ready to go ahead and put the badge back in place. You want to kind of keep an eye on some of the cables and stuff and make sure they're not in the way. The first thing you want to do is you're going to put the top in first. And you can see right now it doesn't want to fall in here. So I want to get this and flip it out of the way, this little block here. Now that it's on here, it's nice and flat. Get my hex key and I will start tightening. Now the top one's in there pretty tight. You can see it doesn't want to come off. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this bottom one. And now you can see it's pretty tight. It is not easily going to pop off.